All right, well, thank you, first of all, for coming and for having us. Sitting here obviously with two of our players, but missing the other three that are part of our unit. And as these guys will tell you, offensive line, we're as good as all five. And so Demetric and Jake and Jake Bailey and Wes Martin, who had certainly had fine seasons, but our two representatives today here are Jason Spriggs and Dan Feeney, who have been bell cows on our offensive line. And so as we sit here, we appreciate it. Can't wait to go to the Pinstripe Bowl. Mr. Mosley has done a phenomenal job representing, and we can't wait to spend a week with him. And so we'll get rocking on the interview.
Greg, I guess, what makes these guys special?
Well, one of the things that we try to do is you want to coach a player for their personality. You can't take a guy and make him into something. And what makes these two guys special is when they came in, they had a very, very strong self-confidence. They believed in what they could be. They believed in what they were being taught. And they went after it with a resilient and just an aggressive nature. And, really when you think about it, with Jason being 21 years old, playing 4 years in the Big Ten at left tackle. Come on, you serious? And then Dan, who may be one of the hardest playing guys I've ever seen. Just snap after snap in practice or in a game. And so each one has their own unique, characteristics, and we were able to, they were able to develop them. And I think that's, as you look at them and you get a feel for them, that's what this is about. And they came in, they had a vision and a dream, and man, they pursued it. And it was fun to be a part of.
Dan, Jason, I believe this is probably the first time since 1945 that IU's had two All-American offensive linemen. Just what did it mean to you guys to have such a historic honor, to receive such a historic honor?
It's very it's a great honor, and I think I owe most of that to our team and definitely our O-line. If I wasn't playing with the four of the guys I'm playing with, I wouldn't even be sitting in the seat. So, and I'm sure Dan can contest to that. But it means a lot to me, and just to be mentioned in that kind of name. So, like I said, I think I just owe that to the O-line and the team.
Yeah, it's a great honor. Obviously, it's a unit. We're five guys out there, but it's great to get individually recognized, and it just shows how far our team has come. To get like this big of an honor. I mean, obviously it's individual, but you can take it as a team too, because as O-line's a unit. We're out there together doing the same thing. So
it's kind of building off that for you two. What's it like having another All-American lined up alongside you in the same position?
It's pretty crazy, honestly. I mean, when we came in together, we'd always joke around and be like, hey, let's take this as far as it'll go. And I think we did that. And obviously we're not trying to be done anytime soon. We're gonna take it as far as we can go. And it's a great honor, and it's really fun to be a part of.
I think it brings another level of confidence. Knowing that Dane's on the other side of the line and he's gonna be right there with us. And I think it really just shows what everybody's thought of, or what I've thought of him and the rest of our line. Really, all along we're just finally getting recognized for it. And I think there's more guys on our line that could be in the same spot. And like I said, I think it just shows the level of confidence that we've had in each other.
You guys part of Coach Wilson's, I guess, first full class, and maybe the second class overall, but you guys bought into the vision, believed in it, pushed right to. How gratifying is it now to, your fourth year, both your guys' fourth years here, to be, going to a bowl game and seeing it pay off, all the hard work?
It's definitely a big honor. It was definitely a process, trying to get here, and it wasn't easy at all, but it's good that we can get these seniors out on a good note. Get into a bowl game, get out to New York City, going to the Pinstripe Bowl. It's going to be an amazing experience, and just shows how much hard work pays off.
Jason, Coach Wilson, I think, was just specifically telling a story about you, I guess, before your first game 4 years ago, how, I guess, nervous you were going into that game. Have you reflected all, just how far you've come since that time, kind of the becoming who you are now, and then just looking back, reflecting on the last 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, I've come a far way personally, and I think, I owe that to the coaches, and not only Coach Frey and Coach Wilson, but the strength staff and everybody that comes with it, and my teammates. Being able to, give me some confidence and show for us to show that we're a very good O-line and we're a very good team. And I think my brothers that I play with every Saturday and every day in practice, help me get that confidence.
Mike asked about your first game, and this is the first time you know it's going to be your last college game. How does that affect your approach or your thinking about it?
I think that you kind of have to approach it, like every other game we did this season, and even though it's the last game, you can't get overexcited or underexcited. You have to approach it, just as we did, every other season game, and prepare the way we have.
Just as coaches, from the coaching standpoint, this is the first time for you guys after the end of the season going to a bowl game. From the player standpoint, how different has it been? Obviously I'm sure it's exciting, but kind of try to stay on a routine, or it's still been 3 weeks in between games.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. Not practicing every week and expecting a game on the weekend, but like I said, I think we just have to keep some sort of schedule and continue to develop, because we're not. I mean, none of us are perfect. I think we just have to continue to develop and like I said, prepare for this game like every other.
Has the time off helped you guys? I know you guys were injured, but I'm sure you're banged up like everybody is after 12 Big Ten or 12 games and 8 in the Big Ten. You guys, has it kind of helped to get your bodies refreshed?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a couple days off and kind of getting back in the swing of things now. And it was good, finding the balance between resting and getting some hitting in. But the strength staff, they took care of us. They did some running, make sure we weren't just pigging out on the couch. So they're definitely taking care of us, and they're keeping us active, but they weren't overdoing it. They're keeping us just the right amount.
Greg, you've talked about, that some of the young guys you have, that you do see some of the same qualities in them that maybe you saw in Dan and Jason 3 or 4 years ago. What has this bowl prep been like for them, just to get them a couple extra weeks?
Well, I think it's been real important. It's when you look, at the example these two set, then you see the younger guys who played in high school and maybe thought they were playing hard or thought they were working hard, and they come in and they realize, oh Lord, I'm not even close. And so, seeing those guys through this week, just taking, we saw Simon Stepniak have an unbelievable one-on-one block today. I'm talking about firing up some fifth-year seniors, and which is hard to do at both, And so, to see him come along and do something like that, it just sees the steps that are taken, and as a coach, it makes you proud, because I know you guys were talking about what's it like having 2 All-Americans. Well, it's competitive. It's who gets the most knockdowns, who has the best bench, who ran the fastest, who jumped the highest, and so you see guys feed off of each other, and it's a good culture. And so you're seeing these young guys now start being raised in that culture, and it's a team-wide culture now, which is nice. And you're seeing that as you go. Now you're seeing Darius Latham competing against Dan Feeney and Ralph and seeing these guys come in. And so that's what you want. You want it to be a competitive in a good way, and you're starting to see that. And these young guys are picking up on it. So you're seeing it more and more as they step out into the spotlight and represent their units.
Is that maybe the biggest difference, guys, you've seen in 4 years or 5 years? Just how the culture's changed to the point where when you guys do leave, you think there are guys coming behind you that'll carry on what you've gotten to know here? Will the culture continue?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I believe we recruited amazing men. I think as a team we do a good job of trying to see people that'll fit in our family and people that we want to leave a good legacy with, and people that'll keep carrying on our culture and doing everything they can to keep it competitive and keep everything at a high level.
You guys have input, and there's a bunch of recruits here this weekend. Do you guys have input and feedback with the coaches in terms of meeting the guys who come in and letting them know who you think's a good fit, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm talking to a recruit and I go back and tell the coaches if I think he's a good fit or bad fit or reasons for that, and You know, it goes both ways. If they don't think it's a good guy, if they don't think he's going to fit well in a program, you know, that's something they tell us, and we talk back and forth, and it's really, I think it really helps. You know, it's good guys and guys that can carry on tradition, like you were saying.
Greg, Coach Wilson is, you know, you guys obviously have worked very hard in recruiting. He said, in a way, our best recruiters now are our players.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're finding?
Absolutely. You know, and when you bring a young man in, it's important that the locker room, you know, and that's, you know, that they like him and he likes it, because they're going to be together. And so, you know, we talk all the time, and what I tell these guys, I said, my job is to take you to a level you can't take yourself. That's what my job is. And so, you know, as we go, respect and love and care forms. Well, when the recruit comes in, you know, the number one person who's going to be able to see who he is and what he's about are the players, because they know, they see right through it. There's no question about it. So they get a feel for him, and we want their feedback. You know, I respect these guys tremendously. You know, as we went through and recruited some guys and didn't recruit some guys. You know, as you go, and so there's some guys that we wish the best of luck to after they spent some time with Dan and Jason and, you know, some of these guys. And not that they're the final say, but it's, hey, you know, it's their O-line. As a coach, they patted us on the back and said, you can no longer play a long time ago. So it's their turn. It's about them. And so this whole process, you know, in building Indiana and Coach Wilson's vision for Indiana football and the team, is that, and that's what's beautiful about it. And to watch these guys grow and to watch them leave their legacy and leave their thing. I know Dan, you know, has, you know, another year, and Jason, as he moves, it's not his last game, by the way. He's got the Senior Bowl, so we're not counting this one as the last one. So yeah, exactly. So it counts. So he's got 2 more left. But you know, seeing what they did and seeing they've imprinted, and guys, listen, it started a long time ago with a guy by the name of Will Maddie. Mm-hmm. And Will was at the Purdue game. We got a chance to see him. But he was a senior when these guys were freshmen. And I think they'd tell you that he sort of captured what we wanted this to be about. And they've taken run with it. And so, you know, coaches, you know, as a coach, it's fun watching them. It's fun seeing them. And in recruiting, you definitely want their feedback. You know, even though, you know, as they move on, other guys come through, but it's that lineage that you want. It's that bloodlines. And they got great bloodlines here, man. These guys have done some incredible things.